This is quite exciting. This arrived from China today, and it's not even something I ordered. It seems like they've sent the wrong item. It was amongst some other LED lamps. And watch what happens when I plug it in. Now, it's one of these ones with exposed connection to the front, but watch the, let's say I put this to the, let's put it to watts and plug this lamp in. Very bright, and it says 10.4 watts and 139 milliamps. That's not right. That's just going to note this down. And I'm thinking, is this a 110 volt lamp? Have they put in a really huge capacitor in this and it's sent out accidentally? So let's say I do the maths here. So the LED has, the lamp has 12, 30, 40, 50. It's got 24 LEDs. 24 LEDs. Now each of them is a 50-50 LED, which means it's got 3 chips in it. And if I'm looking at this, the way they've got it arranged, if that's the LED with the 3 pins on either side, they've just got one big track going between them. So it's obviously that the LEDs are all wired in parallel inside each LED. And then going out to the next track at the other side. They're not sort of trying to zigzag it through them diagonally like some of them do. So that's going to be roughly, if they were really pushing LEDs hard, it would be 60 milliamps. But in this case, that was about 139 milliamps, wasn't it? 139 milliamps. And it was round about 10.4 watts, I believe. So doing the maths, the LEDs will add up. There's 24 of them, so the combined voltage at 3 volts each per LED. 3 times 24, so it's going to be a combined voltage of 72 volts. And if they are running the 139 milliamps, that would be 72 times 0.139 amps equals, yep, 10 watts. So yeah, it is putting 140 milliamps. So let's see, 140 milliamps divided by the 3 LEDs equals almost 50 milliamps per LED times 3, so that's going to really get hot. And I'm guessing the capacitor inside is not really rated for that. So let's open it up and take a wee look inside. I'll just put this out of the way. I don't think I'll leave it on for any length of time because I think it's probably going to go bang if it's got a grossly underrated capacitor. And the LEDs won't be particularly happy running at that sort of temperature. So let's just put that out of the way. Now, is this going to open easily, or is it going to be glued super tightly shut? I'm not too bothered about saving this light. If it gets broken, it gets broken. I think that is probably glued in quite tightly and don't particularly wish to have it shatter in my hands. Yeah, that is glued in tightly. Tell you what, let's just destroy it then. With the vice of knowledge. This will involve crunching glass. Oop, well there's a bit of the rim off. Is that going to liberate it yet? Well, this is going to end up covered in broken glass. It's probably going to liberate blood at some point. Is it going to liberate the circuit board yet? No, that is glued in well, isn't it? Closer? No, it's still that looks a bit better, but still it's glued in really tightly. This is going to liberate blood from you at some point. And I'll have to do a wee glass sweeping up shortly. Yeah, that's glued in quite well. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I'm guessing it's going to be a lower voltage rated capacitor. I'll just cut those wires. Normally for 240 volts it would be a 400 volt rated capacitor. That is glued in really well. Oh, you know, yes, it is 250 volt. And I think it's very hard to actually... I think that's 2 microfarad. 2.2 microfarad? Yeah, that's a huge capacitor for that number of LEDs. So yes, it's actually a 110 volt lamp they've sent. It's not 240 volts. So that would explain why it was dissipating 10 watts from the front, which means it wouldn't have lasted very long. So I wonder if they'll send the product that was actually supposed to be sent in its place, because there were supposed to be 3 of a particular type of lamp, but only 1 arrived, and this. So I'm not sure if this is a company that sent the wrong thing before. They don't seem to have very good success in their packaging department. So that's Ranpo Lighting. I will say another thing. Oh no, that was another light, wasn't it? Or was it this one? Did it faded away quite? No, that was a completely different one. Okay, I'm just talking rubbish. Well, there's a change. But so yeah, the circuitry is just typical. It's got the series resistor. It's got. What's interesting is that they've actually got the resistor values marked. So for instance, this one across the smoothing capacitor, which is rated 400 volt actually, 4.7 megafarad. It's marked 1 megohm. There's the series resistor of the LEDs is marked 330 ohms, which is probably going to get quite hot, not really sure. I'm guessing the one across that capacitor is, yeah, it's marked 1 megohm. It's quite nice, it's a nice enough layout, and it's nice big chunky tracks, which is just as well, because that might have contained some explosion. Actually, I wonder if it had blown up inside, would it have blown the whole glass thing apart, because it was so well sealed. But there you go, quite interesting. They do apparently do proper 110 volt ones of these, and they're really excessively overpowered when you put them in 240. Fascinating.